"This firm is for men who can handle pressure," my father said, right before handing everything to my incompetent cousin. I walked out and never looked back. "I'm Sophia Bennett, 28, and I spent my entire life preparing to join Bennett Legal Group. My grandfather founded it in the 70 seconds, built it from a single-room office into one of the most respected firms in Seattle. I graduated top of my class at Columbia Law, passed the bar on my first try with a score in the 95th percentile, worked summers at the firm since I was 16, learning every case type, every client preference, every strategic move. I knew the filing system better than most paralegals. I'd sit in on depositions during high school breaks, taking notes in the back of the room. During college, I'd review contracts for my father, catching errors his senior partners missed. Law school summers, I drafted motions that won cases. This wasn't just my career plan, it was my identity. The morning I arrived for my official start, I wore my grandmother's pearl earrings for luck. I prepared a presentation on expanding the firm's client base, had my bar certificate framed and ready for my office wall. My father called me into the conference room before I even reached my desk. My cousin Trevor was already there, slouched in a chair, scrolling through Instagram. Trevor barely graduated from a third-tier law school in Florida, failed the bar twice before finally scraping by on his third attempt. He'd been fired from 2 firms for missing court dates and showing up hungover to client meetings. My father didn't even look up from the papers in front of him. "Trevor will be joining as junior partner. You'll work under him as an associate. He'll handle the major client accounts." I stared at him, waiting for the punchline. "Under Trevor? Dad, I have better credentials in every possible way. My GPA, my bar score, my experience." He finally met my eyes, and his expression was cold. "This firm is for men who can handle pressure. Clients expect strength, authority." Trevor understands the legacy. He's family in the way that matters, because he had a Y chromosome. Trevor didn't even try to hide his smirk. "Don't worry, cuz. I'll make sure you get good assignments. Paralegal level stuff to start, obviously." Something crystallized in that moment. I'd spent 28 years trying to earn something that was never going to be mine. Not because I wasn't qualified, because I wasn't male. I stood up, grabbed my briefcase with a presentation I'd never give, and walked out. Didn't say goodbye to the receptionist who'd known me since childhood. Didn't collect the office supplies I'd already moved into my desk drawers. Just left. My mother called that night. "You're being dramatic. Just apologize to your father and come back. You know how he is about tradition." I blocked her number. 3 months later, I opened my own practice in a small office downtown. Bennett Law, my grandfather's original name before my father added group to sound more corporate. I specialized in employment discrimination, which felt fitting. Every client who walked through my door had a story like mine, passed over for promotions, told they weren't leadership material, watched less qualified men climb past them. I worked 80-hour weeks, lived off ramen and coffee, slept on the office couch more nights than I'd admit, but every case I won felt personal. Every settlement I negotiated was proof. 6 months after opening, my phone rang from a number I recognized. Margaret Chen, CEO of Pacific Systems, Bennett Legal Group's biggest client, worth about 40% of their annual revenue. She'd worked directly with my grandfather for 15 years before he died. "Sophia, I heard what your father did," she said. "I've been watching your work. That Riverside discrimination case? Brilliant. I want you representing my company." I took the account. Then 3 more of their major clients followed. Turns out, a lot of successful businesswomen weren't impressed by my father's views on gender and capability. My practice grew. I hired 2 associates, both women who'd been overlooked at bigger firms. We moved into a proper office with a conference room and everything. My name went on the door in gold letters. Last week, exactly 2 years after I walked out, my father called. His voice was different, smaller, desperate. The firm was hemorrhaging clients after Trevor's incompetence became impossible to hide. He'd missed a critical filing deadline that cost a client millions, showed up drunk to a mediation, got the firm named in a malpractice suit that could bankrupt them. "We need you back, Sophia," my father said, and I could hear him breaking. "Please, I made a mistake. Trevor can't handle this. The firm is falling apart. Your grandfather's legacy?" I smiled into the phone, looking at my own firm's logo on the wall, at the 3 women working at their desks outside my office. "You were right about one thing, Dad. This work is for people who can handle pressure. So call Trevor."